All right, y'all. What's going on? It's your boy Tyler Gates, aka TG Lot 205. I know I just dropped the video this morning. I dropped one last night. I'm back again. I'm triple uploading tonight. But I have a very, very, very special guest. If you know anything about the NFL, not just a casual fan, like if you're one of those super fans, then you know exactly who this is. Like I really shouldn't even have to do an introduction, But if you really know ball, But I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hey Tyler, thank you for having me on. It's Merrianne. I don't know how else to introduce myself. I'm just Merrianne, a Chargers fan, just like everyone else.
Man, you're very unique. You are the dream when it comes to super fans across the NFL. That's what we need. We need passionate fans, not just bandwagons that see people get married. I ain't taking no shots, but you know what I mean. Uh, yeah, so I'm just very curious to know first, how did you really fall in love with sports or like the game of football in general, and where did you kind of like pick your team in essence?
For sure, for sure. So first and foremost, I am a fan just like everybody else. There's so many passionate fans out there, and that's throughout this entire journey. That's what I've seen is everybody puts their heart on the line when they're watching a game, when it's down to the last second or even when it's first quarter and we're just getting into it. And I think there's so many passionate fans out there. I just got caught on camera one day. But to answer your question, my journey with football, it started in Minnesota. So I grew up in Minnesota as a young kid watching football with my dad. We are immigrants from Vietnam,
Okay.
and football was something that my dad really gravitated to, even though not understanding the language so much, not understanding a lot of different things. But for whatever reason, football, he understood. Like he was the first one to say like false start before any flag or any whistle was blown, offsides and, in his accent. And he would just like do holding because he couldn't say certain words. And just watching football with him growing up is what got me really into it in Minnesota. So hence the Vikings photo and everything. I grew up just a huge Vikings fan and a huge football fan in general.
Okay. What made you switch to the Chargers?
Switch is a big word. So I am a huge Vikings fan still. I still cheer for the team. I think, one day they'll make it. And when people are like, oh, she's a bandwagon or whatever we see online, it's kind of like, if I was a bandwagon, would I go from one heartache team to another heartache team?
Yeah.
I just don't think that's what I would choose if I wanted to have a different feeling.
Right.
But I met my husband who's from California. I met him when I was a teenager, and he took me to a game and I watched Phil play. And
Okay.
there's just something about Phil that just makes you root for him, that makes you follow him. There's this level of passion. And, with a Christian background that I have, and him just doing dad gummit and going crazy and passionate, because that's the kind of person I am. I'm like so into it. I get crazy. I scream, I yell, but it's always kind of clean. And so I love the way that he plays. I love that he works through everything and never complains, but is always screaming at the ref, screaming at the opponent, and just making it really fun and engaging. And I just fell in love with the Chargers through Phil. And from there, I just followed them along since San Diego, up when they were playing at the tiny little stadium, and then here at SoFi. So
That's good. That's good. I missed them when they were in San Diego.
yeah.
It's something about the for me now being 24 years old, the nostalgia of San Diego. Like it's just something about San Diego, and then like I said, people want to say the San Diego Chargers and the LA Chargers are two different teams. I say they're not. One, two. If we're talking about different, like if we're talking about team wise, like you can make a point, but like they're the same organization.
Mm-hmm.
There's no history that says that they're two teams. I'm like, San Diego just had more memories than LA did. I mean, they're in LA now. They're gonna create more memories. I don't know. I don't know. Chargers haters. I'm like, what fan base you even want to hate on the Chargers? Like they're the one team that I feel like, and I've been saying it on my video. I say if it's one quarterback that I feel like that deserves a ring, it's Justin Herbert. Like he gets slated for and this is no shot at Jaden Daniels, but he's in his second season, and we're already saying that Jaden Daniels is better than Justin Herbert. Come on now, like
yeah.
Really?
Just look at the numbers. I mean, if you're a stats person, look at the stats. If you're a person that watches the game, watch the game. Everybody's like, well, you know, he folds under pressure and, you know, he can't win a playoff game. At the end of the day, everything happens and it's any given Sunday, right? And when we're going into a playoff game, and it's not an excuse, but when you have a boatload of injuries, when you're traveling more than any other team in the NFL, there's different factors that go into it. But I think we really proved ourselves last week in Brazil. And him coming in for the slide at the end there, like that's it. You know, I'm just going to slide into this season. I'm going to make it happen and take that dub right there. I mean, that was the winning slide that locked the game, and that was everything. That says everything about who he is and just his face in that moment. I think he's that man. He's the guy, and he's finally got a great support system around him that I think really elevates him as a leader as well. Not just I'm a great quarterback. Now I'm a great leader. Now I got this. So
yeah, and Quentin Johnson, you know, he's one of my favorite wide receivers. When he came out the draft, and I'm glad that he's on a team where some people look at him as wide receiver 1, others look at him as wide receiver 2, but it's somebody that Herbert can grow with. I understand, you know, that there was like a season where he didn't catch as many balls, and I'm like, did you not see what he did at TCU? Like, let's pump the brakes. Like, we're talking about one of the better wide receivers of the last 5 years to come out the draft. Like, just be patient. He's gonna be all right. And just me being a Falcons fan, I know wide receivers. You know, like it's tough sometimes. You know, we have Roddy White. You know, we go out and list Julio Jones, Harry Douglas. I love me some Drake London. I love Drake London, but I feel like, you know, and where analysts get things wrong, is not only slating different fan bases or underestimating certain fan bases as well, because you said that previously you were a Vikings fan and then, you know, you became a Chargers fan. Those two franchises can be in the conversation fan base wise as the two hardest stadiums to play in. I mean, Pennis couldn't hear nothing last night. Over here, I'm raging at the TV. I said, "Oh, he really can't hear nothing. Okay, this is about to be a long night." And then, you know, we won, but just don't take different things for granted, right? And I always talk about this with the Chiefs now that they are in their humbling stage. I said it before they even lost the Super Bowl. I said this is coming. Like the fall off is gonna come, and somebody's gonna knock them off. And I put a chart out, I want to say like weeks ago. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Oh yeah, I put a chart out. I put a chart out like weeks ago. I said who was gonna knock out Mahomes first. I had Herbert first because he knows him. He knows him better than any quarterback. Plays against him twice a year. I said Herbert. Now that Burrow is out for 3 months, I can't put him in there. I would say Josh Allen, but I just think you guys need to come out the AFC this year. I feel like this is the year because Harbaugh, when you hired him, that was a great hire. And gosh, Brandon Staley, man, you know, I wish he would have worked out. You know, I wish he would have worked out. I just, you know, I feel like where it started for him was that last game of the season where he called that timeout.
Yeah.
A couple years back.
Against the Raiders, right?
Mm-hmm. That could have got y'all in the playoffs. I feel like I feel like that's where it kind of just went downhill for the Chargers. You know, it's like, you know.
I think the coach brings a lot of culture. And I think when Harbaugh came, you felt it in the fan base. I mean, being a fan and being home base and being at the games and just being on, you know, the different forums, chatting with people, it's just, you could feel the shift in how the fan base felt. And just where you always have hope. Every year you have hope. Every year you're like, my team's going to the Super Bowl. That's just, if you're not, if you don't think that, you're not a fan, right? Like, you want your team in the Super Bowl every year. That's just the reality of it. But it felt different when Jim came. It just felt like, wow, this hope has a little bit more behind it. And so I think Jim Harbaugh is the biggest pivotal moment, I think, that we're having for the Chargers in this time. Going back to Q got the short end of the stick. He's in a class with Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, and everybody's like, you guys could have had Jordan Addison, you guys could have Zay Flowers. Why did you take Q? And you hear that outside of the fan base, within the fan base, but we have faith, obviously, in our management team. We have faith in our GM. We have faith, especially now with Joe Ortiz cooking, but at the end of the day, you look at Mike Will. When did he have his breakout season? Year 3.
Year 3, yeah.
And so right now it's Q's year 3. And Mike Will has one of my favorite Chargers moments too. So it's like, it feels so good for Q to have that game in Brazil and break out and have so many great catches and pivotal moments that, hey, this is it. And we got to go behind him. And I think the fan base is really seeing it.
Yeah, I would agree, and just watching the Chargers over the years, because when I was little, of course, I was a Falcons fan. Then I wanted to start paying attention to other teams as well, just to see what the NFL is really about, just growing up, and that's why I said, like, the Chargers, like, even on Madden, man, I just, like, sometimes I would play with them, never lose. I've never lost with the Chargers in Madden. I've never lost. I've never lost. I don't know what it is.
I can't say that myself, but
I have never lost.
That's awesome.
And they deserve more primetime TV. I will say that. And I see the Spanos family is very, very, very happy now. Not to say that they were never happy, but you could kind of see the rift. Right, when Brandon Staley was at the helm, it just didn't seem right. And we all know Dean Spanos, like he one of them owners. He's a great owner, right? Off the blank, for us, we can't. I mean, look, I love Off the blank. That statement he made about the stadium, is just, he said this is the Mercedes-Benz Event Center. I said Event Center. No. This is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Everybody knows this for where the Falcons play. Sorry. Sorry. Look, I get concerts, all that stuff. People know this as the home of the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
And it's a stadium. It ain't an event center. I guess he tried to make it seem like he was a businessman. That I guess is why we ain't won nothing. But hey, we're gonna win something with this team. I think Penix is.
I believe it. I mean, I completely feel it. I believe it. And of course I always believe, but I really, really believe it. Like, we're going to own the AFC West this season. And we're going to be, I do feel like we're going to be in the championship game. And I believe it.
I need y'all in there. You don't know how bad. I just, if y'all beat Mahomes, whether it's at home or, I mean, where would you prefer it to be? Like if you had to have the dream set up to just stick it to Mahomes and Kelsey, would you rather it be at Arrowhead or would you rather it be at Allegiant Stadium?
That's at SoFi?
SoFi, excuse me.
Allegiant, stop. I'll stick it to somebody else at Allegiant. But I don't know. It's hard because I don't want to be like a vindictive person. And to take him out at his house would feel so good to me, but it's tough on the fans. And so I'd rather take him out here at SoFi and then we can celebrate together as Chargers fans. Because I feel like, yes, I'd like to take him out there, but it's kind of mean to knock somebody out at their house, but it's kind of good. I would. I'll do it at home so I can celebrate with my homies because I don't have as many, when we travel, it's not our whole crew. It's not everybody that we're always with. And so it feels good to celebrate together as well.
Yeah.
So at home.
Yeah. Cause I know we have a certain amount of people that travel for us with our fan base. I don't go all the time. I was supposed to go to Minnesota. I'm mad that I didn't.
That would have been a good one for you. JJ
Uh,
McCarthy was not ready.
I literally said it while Carrie Underwood was singing the Sunday Night Football song. I said, I want y'all to look at him when they put the camera on this man. I'm gonna show y'all this man ain't ready. I promise you, he's nervous. When you're going against a pass rush, let alone a team that should have won last week, and then a franchise that hasn't had a pass rush since 2009. We talking about John Abraham, Corey Berman. Okay, it's that bad. It's that bad. It's that bad. and the fact that we had all this momentum for us,
he had like no time to throw. Like it was, yeah.
They weren't winning, and then what made it better for me? I'm an AJ Terrell guy. I got his jersey literally like a month after the draft. Like back in 2020, I was like, oh, I'm finna get this dude's jersey. He went to Westlake, right the street. He's here from Atlanta. I'm like, oh, I got to support my hometown guy.
Your hometown boy, yeah.
And look, it's been 4 matchups, him and Justin Jefferson, and we 3, they won. I keep telling people, every time AJ Terrell goes up against Justin Jefferson, it's not going to be a good day for Minnesota fans. It's not. Yeah. He got injured. I don't know if you watched the game last night, but he got injured in like the second quarter with like 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
I just see JJ McCarthy's face. He over here smiling. I'm like, oh, he's finna throw it to Justin Jefferson, huh? So it takes for AJ Terrell to come out the game for you to actually want to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson now.
He just needs to grow his confidence. He's a young quarterback. He was out an entire year. His rookie year, he's just there. He hasn't had any mentorship. And unfortunately, he got thrown in there, and I just feel like he's not ready. He has a great, TJ Hawkinson got 1.2 points for fantasy yesterday, or 1 point whatever. Like, are you kidding me?
And I have him on fantasy, and I'm about to drop.
So does my husband. My husband's like, "What is TJ doing?" Like,
hey, look. I think we might be on the same page because I keep telling people, man, TJ Hawkinson on the Lions was goated.
Yes, but that's why he got paid. Like,
they have nobody, so it's what they do. Look.
The Lions are a tight end machine, though.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about this. It's what they do. They're gonna choke. They're gonna choke somehow. They did it against the Commanders last season in the playoffs. If they play the Packers, they're gonna choke. If they play us, they're gonna choke too. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's the Bobby Lane curse. It's still alive. Still alive. It's the Matthew Stafford curse too. It's still alive.
Yeah, it is.
Game. That's and just to transition into all-time players, right? I want to kind of figure out or gauge who your favorite Chargers all time, and then like a list, like a short list. Because I mean, a lot of people judge my list of Falcons all time players because I put Michael Vick number 1. I mean, I'm gonna put Michael Vick number 1. You see what he did for the city? I mean, he has his own video game. The Michael Vick experience. I never heard of Matt Ryan experience.
I think it's just it's who you love. And people love players for different reasons. Some people love the star player. Some people love the supportive player. Some people love the player for their lifestyle.
Right.
And it's who you love. So Phil, number 1 for me, hands down, like everything, I swear. So I got to meet him. I say meet, like really, not really meet, but I got to meet him for the first time at, we were in Ohio for Gates's induction into the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And, as Gates's getting inducted and he's talking about his relationship with Phil, the camera pans and Phil is like sitting in the audience, and I guess he kind of snuck in right as Gates was starting because he was the last one to receive his induction. Okay. So he kind of snuck in right as Gatesy was getting on stage, and no one knew. And then when the camera panned on him, I mean, the whole crowd, everything kind of went like crazy. You could feel the electricity. Wow. And as soon as Gatesy was done, like everybody ran to where Phil was.
Wow.
And it was almost like his old lineman, oh my God, I forgot his name all of a sudden, was there with him. And I felt like it was like, back in the game again. He's trying to like cover everybody from like just bombarding the man. Right. He was walking up to Gates, and he ended up having to kind of walk away just because it was too crowded. Mm-hmm. My husband's like, babe, this is your only chance. You got to shoot your shot, take your chance. So, everybody kind of thought he's leaving, and we kind of like, I sound like a creeper, but I'm not. But we kind of just like followed out towards, the back where the seats are. Mm-hmm. And I got to meet him and say hi and get a picture. And it was just, I didn't think I would get that emotional.
Yeah,
But football is emotional. I mean,
it
there's
is.
so many ups, there's so many downs, there's so many heartbreaks, there's so many celebrations. And so right after I took a picture with him and he's walking away, all of a sudden I just start bawling and like my knees feel weak and I like fall to the ground like a weirdo teenager at some like boy band. And I was like dying, crying, and Susie Spanos walks by because she's heading out.
Yeah.
And I'm so embarrassed because I'm this like melted puddle, like just, but yeah, that was everything for me. Just meeting him full circle. And I just respect him so much as a player, as a competitor, and as a father, as a man, a husband. I just respect the guy so much. So meeting him was just like, he's the reason why I became a Chargers fan. So hands down.
That's and for a player to be the reason why you became a fan of the franchise rather than his looks, because
Yeah.
you know how people get nowadays. Oh, he looks good, girl. You know, I'm gonna follow him. No, you need to follow the team. And I have friends that are fans of different teams. Like I have two Eagles friends. I have a Packers friend, Lions friend. I don't know. I can't count how many, but
Right.
the Seahawks friend. I'm the only Falcons one because so you can only imagine the pain and the suffering
Yeah.
I have to hear every Sunday. Oh man, they're gonna lose. That's what they do. I just sat there last night. I just said, okay. I didn't say anything. I said, y'all don't know who we're playing. Y'all just look at it. Oh, JJ McCarthy beat the Bears because it's the Bears.
Yeah.
Like it's the Bears. It's what they do. Look at what Aaron Rodgers used to do to them back in the day. Discount double check. Like he used to eat them for lunch.
Yeah.
And me being a Falcons fan, you know, who we beat Aaron Rodgers, I don't know how many times. So, you know, I'm over here sitting good, but I'm glad we beat the Vikings, you know, because I felt like they, not to say that they were on a high, obviously after beating the Bears, but you can't have two back-to-back primetime games. But hey, I'm sorry,
I know, that's the thing. I was shocked that they got the back-to-back primetime like that.
But I guess it was the JJ to JJ connection that the NFL was just clamoring over. They're like, oh, they're gonna go crazy. You must not saw who they were playing week 2. You just not must have seen. We have literally the best rookie defensive class probably in the league. I'm gonna say it, right? I'm just scared to face certain teams.
So who are you scared of facing?
Y'all number one. I've said it for years. The Chargers. If we face them again, see, I get PTSD from the Chargers because the last
when did we face each other?
Recently, I think it was it COVID season? Or was it was either 2020 or 2021. It was one of those years.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But the previous time prior to that was 2016. It was the last season in San Diego. You guys came here. And I watched the game from the house. I'm like, fourth quarter. Don't screw it up. Phillip Rivers, pressure him because we know what he can do.
Yeah. And
then it got close. And then it got down to like 1 minute. I said, yep, we're about to lose this game, aren't we? We're about to lose the game. He's going to drive the ball down the field.
I love Phil.
And he's going to set up the game-winning field goal. That's exactly what he did. PTSD. I can't never, ever.
PTSD, though, because game-winning field goal gives me PTSD.
It does.
I can't handle it.
Yeah. I mean, for us, people still talk about 28-3. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Like, why?
But you're always going to talk about it. You're always going to remember the pain sometimes. Like, that's just the reality of it.
But when I have to hear 28-3 every time, almost every Sunday, like, y'all, when we win a Super Bowl, oh yeah, I'm flexing. I'm gonna be like, nah, 28-3? No. Whatever the score was of the Super Bowl that we won, that's what we're gonna be talking about.
That's what you're gonna remember. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna remember that. And the one Super Bowl that the Chargers were in back in the day,
94, 95, yeah.
I just, it's some teams that don't deserve different things in life. And teams that do. And the team you guys went against, I forgot. I really forgot who it
We
was.
need to go to the Super Bowl
Give
again.
me, y'all
I
need
mean,
like
I feel like this is our year.
it's a must. Like, I don't see how Justin Herbert, right? And we could talk about the stats. We could talk about how efficient he is. People want to call him inconsistent. The brother has been one of the most consistent quarterbacks since he's came in the NFL. So,
and he's one of those guys, you know, he got thrown in there. Like,
He
it
did.
was a freak accident. I mean, total freak situation where, you know, our guy got a needle through his lung, whatever it was, right? And he got thrown in there. Guess what? He showed up. He
Right.
played as a young rookie quarterback.
And that whole 2020 class, with the exception of Tua, is like, if we're looking back on it now, because I believe like it's everybody's 5th or 6th season, we're looking back at it now. Yeah, it's gonna be one of the best quarterback classes ever. Jordan Love, Joe Burrow, Herbert. I mean, even Tua. Like, if Tua can somehow, some way get back on track, then we could probably have this conversation.
Yeah, they're
like,
gonna have a culture change real soon.
I can't, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I've been telling them for a minute, just trade everybody. You have Arch Manning coming in the draft. You have DJ Lagway coming up in the draft. You got so many quarterbacks. You know, you got Ryan Williams from Alabama. Go get him. You know, I'm just, Miami is the one organization where things just never go right. It's never going right. They can have the stars. They can have the paydays. They could give out the extensions. Tua should never got that extension, to be honest with you. I'm still on that. He had like two.
I think a lot of teams, you can say it doesn't go right? Like, you could say that about the Chargers for a long time. It didn't go right for a very long time, where we should have gone to the Super Bowl. You have like LT, Gates, you know, you have everybody on the same team. You have, you know, the number one offense, most rushing yards, everything, but we just can't get there, you know. And you can go talk about the Vikings with Randy Moss, Chris Carter, you know, like I think a lot of teams have where it never goes right until it does.
Right. And the Chargers are not one of those teams, because it's going to go right.
It is. I completely feel it. Yeah.
I feel a shift of power in that division. People want to talk about Bo Nix. Bo Nix. You must have forgot who else is in that division.
Yeah.
That's not named Raiders. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like,
you saw what happened to Bo Nix and crew yesterday. I'm just saying.
I was a full witness. I said it on my show. I love Bo Nix. He went to Auburn. I despise Auburn. I'm a Bulldog fan. Go Dogs. Okay. But Bo Nix also went to Oregon. And what do Oregon quarterbacks do?
2 Oregon quarterbacks.
Look, West. With the exception of Justin Herbert, who probably is the best Oregon quarterback, better than Mariota. I'm gonna say that.
I think so.
With the exception of Justin Herbert, Dylan Gabriel, Marcus Mariota, what if they like? What do? They stink it up. They're gonna stink up the joint eventually. Look. He's gonna stink up the joint eventually. Bo Nix is gonna stink it up. And Dylan Gabriel, I don't know why he's second behind, you know, in front of Shedeur. I feel like Shedeur is better. I feel like Shedeur is a better fit for the
That was crazy. Shedeur. I have nothing to say about that. That was an interesting draft.
And then there was a report that he turned down the Ravens because he didn't want to back up Lamar Jackson. I mean, hey, I wouldn't want to back up Lamar Jackson either. I mean,
but wouldn't you want to learn from him?
Yeah, but you know, Shedeur, he wants to play. You know, he wants to play. And what better organization to go to than the one organization that just can't get it right? The Browns. They just can't never get nothing right.
I know. That is like, I think I feel the most for the Browns fans. Like, my heart goes out to them because I've been there, but man, for them, that journey.
For them, I look. Ohio teams, I don't feel bad for. Cincinnati, I don't feel bad for them. You know, I don't. You had Carson Palmer, couldn't do nothing with him. You had Tyler DeSico, couldn't do nothing with him. Then you drafted Andy Dalton, and then you drafted AJ Green. You called them Joe Montana and Jerry Rice in the press conference back in 2012. How'd that work out for you? See, look, I despise the Bengals, so I could just sit here and laugh at them all day because it's what they do. Look, Joe Burrow getting injured.
I know.
Look,
Dude, Joe Fabulous, I can't. After they like made a payout for Chase, it's just crazy.
I hope he gets better.
I do too.
I love T. Higgins. I love Jamar Chase, but I don't feel sorry for him. I don't.
I mean, I never want anybody. I never am happy when anybody gets hurt.
Yeah.
That's a reality of it, and it just sucks for them. It sucks for him, but man, they just can't get a break.
And they will never win the Super Bowl.
Oh, we're gonna call you out on that.
They will never. I have majority Bengals subscribers, okay, and they love talking mess. Oh, Cincy, it's our year. We gonna beat Mahomes. This ain't 2021 no more. It ain't easy, okay. You can't just go to Arrowhead, beat Mahomes, and then go to California to the Super Bowl and lose. That was your opportunity. When y'all had that touchdown to T. Higgins,
God,
that was the moment I said, wait a minute, Cincinnati gonna win this thing. I said, but then I had to realize who was on the other side. I said,
they just can't take him out. Yeah, in the playoffs, they cannot anything. Playoff Super Bowl, they cannot take out Mahomes. It is what it is.
Hey, look, I love Mahomes to a certain extent.
You do?
Right?
Okay.
And look,
I don't.
I despise the man, but the reason why I say I love the man, it's a 2% love. And I'm going to say it's a 2% love because of the off the field. On the field, no. I don't want to hear any excuses. He goes sit up there and talk about some, we couldn't really run the ball against the Eagles defense. We couldn't really throw the ball. That's your fault. That's your fault. And then you want to throw Andy Reid under the bus. He didn't say Andy Reid's name, but he was just like, the plays that we were getting were not very good plays. You're supposed to be the best quarterback in the NFL, right?
I didn't watch the interview yesterday. No. You're
supposed to be Brady 2.0, right? See, me, I'm glad that Brady's in the booth.
Yeah.
Because he just keep bashing Mahomes because he's trying to be you and it can't be. He's trying to be you and he's trying to chase a ghost in Joe Montana. He ain't doing it. It ain't gonna happen. 7 rings, right? I just don't see it happening.
It's not happening. Yeah.
Like last year, this past Super Bowl, I know
that we always. So I never
Chargers fans were just.
We were like, but we've never felt that the Chiefs are good. Mahomes is he's a talented player.
Well,
there's no doubt about it. I think he has a lot of talent. He doesn't play how I would play, or not like I can play, but whatever. But he has talent. That's why he's where he is. Is he the best quarterback? No. Is he a GOAT? No. Are the Kansas City Chiefs that good? No, they're not. They're a good team. They're not like a crappy garbage team, but they're not as good as everybody pits them out to be, as media makes them out to be, as the NFL makes them out to be. They're not that good. And I think it really, really showed in the Super Bowl and since then. This is the team that you're playing now. They're good. Are they unbeatable? Absolutely not. They're absolutely beatable.
Yeah. So it's the Kansas City Swifties.
No.
That's
okay. I mean, if they're Swifties, that's okay. I just feel like everybody has a day one as a football fan, as a fan of a team. Everybody has a day one. Whatever the reason for your day one be, that you become a fan, kudos to you. Like anybody that wants to be a Chargers fan, let's go. Come on.
Right.
You can have a day one today. It can be tonight.
I feel like if anybody wants to be a fan of a team and they're just starting like in the NFL, or they want to trade teams, this is what I feel like should happen. The fan of the year of each team. So I'm starting from the top of the chain. For us, it'll be April Showers. I love my girl April. I love my girl April. Mm-hmm. For y'all, it'll be you. They got to come to you first. They got to come through you. if they want to be a Chargers fan, they got to come through you. Like,
I think a lot of people just
trivia test. I mean, literally a whole trivia test. Name 15 Chargers players. Probably like 3 on the team right now, and then like 12 pass charges, right? Like for me, it's gonna be a quiz. Name every starting quarterback from Penix on back to like, I give you 1990. I give you 1990. If you
Yeah,
can't do
but
that,
everybody fans differently, right? Like
yes.
I think it's hard to say, okay, you got to know X, Y, and Z, and you got to know, what play action is. You have to know whatever everything is in order to be a fan. Well, at the end of the day, like that person can be a fan in their own way. And I think that's where people become like crazy, like, oh my God, you're not a fan, or you're not a fan of my team. And I think it is personal because that's your team, right? And you want to protect that
Yeah.
genuity. You don't want people to be disingenuine about their fandom. But at the end of the day, everybody has a day one. And unless they have that day one, they're not going to know the 19 quarterbacks. They're not going to know, what holding looks like. They're not going to know all this.
But Chiefs fans, I like this. We've gone through this before. Back in the day, it was either you were a 49ers fan or a Cowboys bandwagon.
Yeah.
And then when Brady started his Hall of Fame, he came up in 2001, Tuck rule game and all that, people want to be Patriots fans. I'm like, Dave, where all these Patriots fans come from? Then Mahomes started winning. People want to be Chiefs fans. I'm like, so look here. If you can't tell me one, at least 15 out of 53 players on the team right now, you ain't no fan.
Yeah.
If you can't tell me what year Patrick Mahomes was drafted and what pick, I just come on now. I mean,
what if they just became a fan?
I'm gonna need to ask them the reason why they became a fan first of all, because if they give me the reason that Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift didn't start watching football until Travis Kelce got her into it. Let's be completely honest. I've
Wasn't
never
she an Eagles fan before? Is what I've heard. I don't know.
Look. And if that is true, that's what makes this rivalry even more special. See, I think it's a rivalry just based off of the Super Bowl. And you can have rivalries based off of the Super Bowl. We ain't rivalries with the Patriots because we know we'll beat them. I mean,
Chargers were Patriots killers as well.
Thank you. Because I'm tired of hearing Patriots fans. 28-3. When last time New England been anywhere? Okay? Last time y'all been anywhere. Tom Brady.
Left. I mean, that's the reality of it.
It's like Tom Brady made a deal. Win me this game, they ain't gonna win nothing else. Like that's how it felt. Going into halftime, I'm talking about how does the best first half in Falcons history and the worst second half in Falcons history happen in one game? You should have saw downtown Atlanta. At halftime, oh my God. The streets full. We were like,
champagne.
Like at halftime,
champagne.
I literally saw Instagram, like people were already outside planning the parade. Like I was in high school at the time. I'm like, I'm not going to school at all. I told my mom, I said, look, Mom,
I'm not going to school.
I'm staying up all night. I'm going downtown and I'm not going to come back until like 5 a.m. This means something to me. And then he did it to me. He did it to me. And then the crumbling happened. And then Matt Ryan,
nice guy.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. We all
nice
know,
guy, though.
that was Mike Shanahan's fault. We do not like Mike Shanahan down here. And if he ever try to come back,
you're like,
he's got to go. He's got to go. But I
think nobody adjusts in the half as well as Belichick did. The way that he can adjust the game is something else. And I think Andy Reid did a good job at it for a while, but there's something about how Belichick can just adjust the game and flip it. You just never know.
I honestly don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, being a Falcons fan, being a Chargers fan, it's stressful sometimes, but we're gonna get through.
Yeah, we got it. Oh, I'm not stressed. Okay, I'm stressed while I watch the game sometimes, but I'm not stressed about the season at all.
So are you stressed about tonight?
No, I mean, take out the Raiders. I'm not stressed about tonight.
Okay, because I was about to say, because a lot of people who's gonna watch this and be like, "Oh, you didn't watch the game, bro. You didn't watch the game. You don't know what happened." Anytime Justin Herbert plays, y'all know I watch it because Justin Herbert is that guy. Okay,
he is that guy. You want to see him play.
Like it's what Chargers quarterbacks do. Now, I will say, I don't like Drew Brees for obvious reasons. You know, I'm a Falcons fan. I just can't stand that fan base. You know, and anybody that knows me about the Saints, you probably feel the same way about the Chiefs. You know how Stephen A. Smith says, what can go wrong will go wrong for the Cowboys. Yeah. For me and these ain'ts down here, whenever I try to trust them, they never come through. It's like Alabama fans. Whenever I say, y'all gonna win this game, what happens? It never come through. I trusted them last season to beat the Broncos.
Yep.
I'm like, Bo Nix don't need to come down here and win. Sean Payton got no reason to come down here in his return to the place that he won a Super Bowl.
Can't handle Sean Payton.
And win. I can't trust him to do that. But they go sit up here and say, we're going to beat y'all this year, right? We're going to beat y'all this year, right? We're going to blow y'all out this year, right? Y'all can't even find a good quarterback. Let me know when y'all find a good quarterback. Then I can call my phone.
We freaking swept the Broncos last year. It felt so freaking good because Sean Payton's not my man. Like it was freaking good. And everybody was like, oh, 2 Oregon quarterbacks. Who's going to win? Well, guess who won twice? So,
I mean, you got to think about it like this too. It's the Broncos, right? Yeah. They really haven't had any success. I mean, we could just
gone that way.
I mean,
we got to go way back.
I mean, we could literally sit here for days and talk about how the Broncos are just incompetent. Tim Tebow, before that, Kyle Orton, you know what I mean? Like it's that bad. Like Kyle Orton is the one quarterback that people would say, Kyle Orton, he passed for like 3,800 yards. Okay, and guess what? They're still at the house, right? They're still at the house because it's Kyle Orton. Kyle Orton and Jay Cutler. I promise you, those 2 quarterbacks, especially Jay Cutler, if you were growing up an NFL fan anywhere between 2009, 2010, whenever the Packers and Bears played at 1:00, whenever they played, it's always a 1:00 game. It's always in Chicago. 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter. Shut the game off. Because I promise you, when you come back from break, Jay Cutler's going to do one of 2 things. He either go fumble the ball, strip sack, or he's going to throw an interception. That's what he used to do. That's what he used to do. Yeah. I tried to tell Bears fans, when I went to college, a lot of Bears fans where I'm like, y'all can't never get it right. You can't never get it right. You traded up one spot to get Mitchell Trubisky. How'd that work out for you? You could have had Solomon Thomas, but no, you said, you know what? We need a quarterback because, we don't really trust Mike Glennon like that. How'd that work out for you? Then you tried my boy Justin Fields, hometown kid. Justin Fields is not the reason why Chicago Bears. So the Chicago Bears screwed Justin Fields. Okay, that's what happened. We know he's gonna be good with the Jets. I'm not worried. Then you got Caleb Williams over here talking about, so I want to go to the Vikings before eventually caving in and say, you know what? I'll go to the Bears. Right? I go to the Bears. How'd that work out for y'all? I just.
That's why we were so sad when Keenan went over there last year, but he's back home, so we're good.
Yeah, y'all traded him over there, right?
Keenan went over there last year, but he's back home now.
Wait, y'all cut him. That's what it was. Y'all released him to save money, and then he.
It was a little bit of a financial decision. But he's home.
Yeah,
and we're good, and he and Ladd are just tag teaming, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yep, beautiful. And Keenan Allen is the definition of the grass is not greener on that side. Okay, just come on back home where know the system, right? And you can move back into your house. See, everything is just flowing for the Chargers, and I want everything to just go right because we know that 1 quarter, 1 game, 1 play can screw up. So if Justin Herbert just locks in and remains steadfast on the road to the Super Bowl, because it's in California, you won't have to go that far.
I know, we go north. I mean, we can do back-to-back Super Bowls because, Santa Clara this year and SoFi next year. We're good.
Oh, my God.
Valentine's Day is SoFi next year.
Even better. Even better. Like I feel like personally, if they go to the Super Bowl this year, they got to have you on the stage.
I'll be at the Super Bowl this year regardless, so I'm super pumped.
just let's just hope the Chiefs are not there.
They won't be.
Because
I actually have confidence that they will not be. The Chiefs will not be at the Super Bowl this year.
Like, you want to talk about frauds? we we could discuss frauds, okay?
Okay.
If the Bills beat Mahomes and they don't win a Super Bowl, somebody got to go. If the Ravens beat Mahomes
Oh yeah.
and they go to the Super Bowl, somebody got to go.
But you look at the AFC, you're naming all these like crazy good teams, right? That's where we're at. We're in the AFC fighting against freaking Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Like, this is our game.
Y'all have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl than the Ravens and the Bills right now, okay? And I know that's a controversial take, but it is, okay? We're not sitting here thinking of Lamar Jackson as a you know a do-it-all quarterback right now. I mean, he can do it all, but
he's good.
He's very good. He's elite, but Lamar Jackson can't do it by himself. Josh Allen can't do it by himself. You name me one weapon outside of Keon Coleman and James Cook for the Bills. Can't name him, right? Ravens, you got Zay Flowers, right? You got. Well, you had Odell Beckham. You know, you got you got all these star wide receivers who are washed. DeAndre Hopkins, love him. He washed though. You see what happened to him in the Super Bowl? He dropped the pass.
Yeah,
I want to sign him up for that.
That was so sad.
I just sat there and laughed because if it's one thing about the Texans, one thing about them Texans fans, I love to hate them. Y'all haven't even existed that long to even talk about me. Okay, y'all even made an AFC Championship game. The time you actually were gonna make an AFC Championship game, Deshaun Watson screwed you over. He screwed you over. You were up 24-3. So essentially, you pulled the Falcons. Thank you. Yeah. So that's what happened. But at the end of the day, you know, being a fan of a team is very, very, very important. Very, very, very sacrificial.
It is.
It consumes time. It consumes life. It consumes
everything. It's your time, your money, your energy, your heart, everything.
So that's why we say, guys, become a fan of a team, not just the player. The players are on the team. So it's like if you're a fan of LeBron James, then you're a Lakers fan. Okay, so stop.
But if he goes somewhere else, yeah.
And don't try to bandwagon over here, you know, to good old Hawks land, you know, because when we traded for Porzingis in the offseason, Boston Celtics fan, oh man, let's go Hawks, No.
So I think a player can make you become a fan. So I became a fan because of Phil, and when Phil went to the Colts, I was still a fan of Phil, not a fan of the Colts, right? I'm still cheering for my Chargers, but I think because he brought me on, I fell in love with the entire team, the entire organization. Even through the hard times, you know, people can say what they want about North Turner, about everybody, right? But I fell in love with the team, and I was bought on, and I still followed, you know, when Phil went, and I was still cheering for him, you know, hoping that he would get something if we weren't going to get anything at that point.
Right. But it was the Colts. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I was cheering for the Colts yesterday, and they did it.
Who'd they face? I forgot.
The Broncos.
Oh, that was that field goal that got covered.
Yeah. Oh my God. So that was a crazy ending. So the Broncos doink it where they could have made it where the Colts had to get a touchdown. They doink their, like, what was it? Like a 30-something, 40-something.
I think it was like 40 yards. It was like
it wasn't a huge one. Coming back, a 60-yarder. This guy hasn't hit any 60-yarder ever. Of course it goes out. And somehow the center was touched. I don't know. And then they won. I don't know. But it worked out for me. I was happy.
Look, I honestly feel like sometimes the NFL, man, and then the NFL really, really tried to troll us. I think it was last season when they put out that reel on Instagram. It was like the NFL script. You remember that? We're like they had the players. They had the players like reading like a script. They were trying to troll the fans with that for sure because whenever you mention script, the first name we talk about, Patrick Mahomes, okay, and it's gonna end with Patrick Mahomes. No other player is attached to the word NFL script more than him.
Yep.
I don't want to hear about they went to 3 straight Super Bowls. Okay, fine. We all know it's a script. They should have been beat a long time ago. And the Eagles proved to them what we've been trying to say for years. This is what you call a little deja vu. Okay, this is what you call this. Tom Brady beat you, and then Jalen Hurts beat you.
Yep.
Right. This year it's gonna be somebody different, but it ain't gonna be the Super Bowl. It's
Yep.
either gonna be that boy Herbert or it's gonna
Yep.
be Josh Allen. I love Lamar.
They're not gonna go to the Super Bowl. I mean, I can say that confidently. Normally, I'm like, oh, whatever. It might be a script, but the script's broken. It's done. It's over.
Now in the divisional round, if you guys have the Chargers Chiefs divisional. Oh man, I look. I don't know what you guys have to do for that whole week. I don't know. I don't know. We just gotta figure out one. Shut down Mahomes. Two,
Yep.
no social media. Like, hey, look. Harbaugh's a college coach, right?
Yeah.
He has a college background, so he's used to developing men, right? It's like Kirby Smart at Georgia. That's why we're still undefeated. Luckily, because all off season was no social media. He said it. He said no Instagram, no Twitter, no nothing for them. That's why we were so quiet.
Wow.
Yeah. So I love the tactic. So that's what the Falcons need. Everybody over here dripped out. Okay, y'all got Scully's on. Y'all got gear up. You look good, but you ain't playing good. Drake London, you fumbled the ball yesterday, trying to, stop. You catch the ball, you run.
Yep.
You
secure the ball first. Then run. Yeah.
He was trying so hard to be Randy Moss yesterday. I'm like, this is the second game in a row you've dropped the ball. Like, what are you doing?
You're not him.
What are you doing? And then he finally made a good catch at the end of the game. I said, oh, now you want to catch when we up by 15 points. Okay, cool. Hey, look, we got something for him now because Drake London know me personally.
Oh,
he knows me. Hey, look, he already knows. Whenever I watch a Falcons game, that next day, something coming out. He knows. He knows. I want the best for him. I want him to be that great wide receiver. I know he can. He's 6'5". That's a cheat code in and of itself. If you're 6'5" and Kyle Pitts is what 6'6", 6'7", why are we not throwing these? Like, why? Yeah, I love Bijan Robinson. I feel like he's the second best running back in the league, right behind Saquon. Okay. Yes, he better than Derrick Henry at the current moment.
Bijan was freaking good. Yeah.
I love our team, what we've been put together. All we have to do is execute. Just execute. It has always been defense for us. For us Falcons fans, always been defense. Offense, star-studded. It's always been a defense to screw us over in big games. That's what happened in the Super Bowl. They want to just sit there and choke the game away. Oh, we got the game. We got this game. No, you don't. They don't. And hey, it's fine.
I feel you on the defense. We finally have our defense up to par. It's looking great. Jesse Minter is a freaking genius.
What happened to Asante Samuel? That was my guy.
Zont.
That was my guy.
I know. I love Zont. But that last season wasn't there. I mean, you watched. I don't know if you watched. And I hate saying anything negative because I really loved him as a player, as a part of the team. His injury really affected him. And it just didn't work out. And at the end of the day, like, we love you as a person, but we want to win.
Yeah.
We want a Super Bowl.
Right.
And
Derwin James wants it bad.
Oh my God. And Derwin James works harder. Oh my God. When we go to training camp, DJ is like working harder than anybody. He doesn't have to work that. Yes, he does. But essentially, he's the best defensive player, right?
Right.
He's working harder than anybody else, doing extra reps, doing everything. He's hitting everything harder, running faster, pushing harder, doing one-on-ones. And that is why he's the player that he is. That grit of body and mind, like, there's no comparison. Derwin is a freaking goat. I freaking love him. He's
and when y'all got him in the draft too, when y'all drafted him, I look back at some of the drafts often just to watch them, and I'm like, oh, Derwin James slid. Yeah, like I'm like, oh, so we're just passing up on a safety, cool. And the Chargers are low-key trolls sometimes with their draft because they know what a good player looks like, and they will waste no time and put the pick in. Like, there's such trolls, and it's always ironic. The Chargers always have a pick before like either a pick or two before somebody in their division.
Yeah.
That's just so I don't know why it's like that, but hey,
we love it. And right now, like Joe and the entire team, it's just been the way that they go after the draft, the way that they're at the combines, the way that they, our scouts are looking. It's like Omarion is like incredible.
man,
When we picked him, I'm like, this is gonna be amazing. But it would have been my first pick, maybe not. Right? Joe Alt. You cannot beat Joe Alt. Ever since Joe Ortiz and Harbaugh's here, we pick ones that people are like, oh, I probably wouldn't do that. But guess what? He went from left tackle all his life, from elementary, high school, college, into right tackle. Probably one of the best right tackles. Now he's shifted left because Rashawn's injured. It's just
and
Rashawn injury. Ugh.
Yeah, like Rashawn's traded, he gets slighted a little bit too when we're talking about tackles. Like Chris Lindstrom, he's one of the best tackles. We could go down a list of tackles. I just don't want to say Tristan Wirfs because the Buccaneers are the Buccaneers. They're never going to win anything. Like they're not. I'm sorry, it's not happening. But when we discuss the art of the tackle position, and over the course of, I want to say since 2020, Rashawn Slater in the NFL top 100. Oh my God, it's so disrespectful. Christian Darrisaw, Lindstrom.
Darrisaw should be in there. Chart, yeah. But I mean, Rashawn is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, people just don't see it because we don't win big games. It'll change.
I'm not worried.
It'll change.
And like I said, once again, both of our fan bases, we both have something to cheer for, but both of us have experienced some levels of pain.
Oh, some level of pain. What are you?
Hey, look,
freaking like we were you're talking about Papa Chef. What was it? Was it 2022 against the Jags in the playoffs?
No,
Chargers were up like freaking. I cut out the numbers in my head. Halftime, my hubby and I, because it was a goose egg, right? We're like, we got this. I mean, and it's the Jags. Come on, Trevor Lawrence. How much can he do? Oh my God,
he did a lot. He did a lot, didn't he?
Those are the moments that like give you PTSD.
Yeah.
Even last year when we were winning and we trust Jim Harbaugh, we know that fourth quarter drop is not going to be there, but you still have PTSD when you're up. You're like, oh my God, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're a different team, different culture, and we're finally seeing it.
That's what happens when you have Brandon Staley as your head coach.
I'm not. I hate to talk garbage, but it wasn't a good fit. It was not a good fit.
It
never was from the beginning. It was not a good fit.
He just seemed out of place. Like he didn't even seem like he wanted the job.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like the Spanos family, they upgraded. They did everything over. They said, you know what? We need some people that's actually gonna look into the person's eyes and tell they want the job. And Harbaugh, he's so passionate.
Yep.
And the thing I like about him in rivalries, right? Because people want to say Chargers, Raiders are rivals. You can say that, but if you really talk about rivalries, we could say Broncos and Chargers are really more rivals than Chiefs and Chargers. But because of the Mahomes factor, Mahomes and Herbert being good. Because when I grew up, I remember the Broncos and Chargers being fierce rivals, like pregame fights. I remember it all. I literally remember Brandon Flowers sitting up there saying, I've never seen Peyton Manning. He said something bad about Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And, oh my God. And then like I can name so many Chargers players that I fell in love with. Ryan Matthews, the GOAT.
Yeah.
The GOAT. Like I can literally, I'm telling you, like it's just something about Chargers fans that make me just, when y'all win a Super Bowl, I'm gonna be so happy for you.
It's gonna be so crazy. It will happen, and I cannot wait till it happens, and it's gonna be just absolutely amazing. And I think it's going to be with, JH and JH, Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert all day.
I'll be like, Dean Spanos, you can take a bow and you can retire, sir.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
you can take a bow.
He's so different too now. Like he's so happy on the sideline. You see him at training camp, you see him at the games, and he's just, you see the whole family, and they're just, I feel like it's a full unit. It's a full culture. It's everything you want a football team to be right now, and it's great.
He's one of the coolest. Like I saw pictures of Chargers training camp. I saw a couple of videos. I saw you and I'm like, oh yeah, they got her out there. I'm like, she should have an exclusive like Merrianne exclusive suite.
You're so funny. Stop it. I am a fan like all of us. And there are so many Chargers fans that like give up so much and they travel to every game. And you say like being a fan is sacrificial. Legit, it is, because they're at every single home, every single away game, like just the tailgating. Have you ever come to a game at SoFi or down at the Murph?
I am planning to come to a Chargers game very soon.
Okay.
I don't know which game to go to, so I might need I need to know which game to go to.
Okay. Well, do you want a rivalry game? Do you want a chill game? It all depends. But you have to come to there's, how like everywhere you go, tailgating is different.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about Thunder Alley and Lightning Lane is what we call our tailgate, that it's these fans that come out and they just set up for fans to come. And when you're an opposing fan, you feel good there because everybody's like, hey, do you want some food? Do you want some drinks? Like everything is there for you. You don't even have to bring anything on your own. And it's just like a party. It's a party every week. And it's so unified. it's the best.
It is the best. Not for real. Thank you so much.
For sure.
Thank you so much for coming on again. Like I definitely want to stay connected with you. Because I mean, people know me as the fan. I should, I love, like I said, I love my girl April Shower. I love my girl AP. I should be that super fan of the year. I'm gonna get it one time because I'm gonna be on television. Okay, I will be, ESPN somewhere. And I'm bringing this up again, and I can't wait. I'm gonna be like, so you remember that conversation I had with Merrianne? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that?
I'm here now. I'm on ESPN now.
So I'm gonna try to get to a Chargers game for sure. I gotta try to get the one.
Yeah, come out. Let us know when you're here.
I will. Chargers Raiders tonight, 8:20. Don't miss
it. Let's go. Bolts up. Let's go.
Please don't, because they will sit here and say, I watched the game, bro. I watched the game. You're wrong. You mean you watched the highlights? Highlights.
Watch the game.
They auto cut. They auto cut the game. It's highlights for a reason. Yep. Sit there and watch the game. I know y'all don't got to go to work tomorrow because you never do, because y'all always watch my videos within. Watch the game. Watch Justin Herbert dissect. Yep. Okay. Absolutely dissect the Raiders.
Yep.
Carol, we love you. Geno Smith.
Geno Smith is Geno. I'm not worried about Geno Smith.
Something with him.
What's that?
It's always something with Geno Smith. Always something with that brother.
But Pete Carroll and Harbaugh, man, they're like frenemies. There's no real love there. There's just a little bit of something. So we'll see how it goes tonight. We're gonna come home with them.
I give the up to Harbaugh.
Let's go.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. Enjoy the game tonight. And hey, hopefully we can do this again soon. I probably, like I said, I'm gonna find my way up there to that beautiful stadium that you got.
Yes, and let's do it again when we go to the Super Bowl at the end of the season, okay?
Yes.
When the Chargers hit the Super Bowl, right before the Super Bowl.
Yes, we will for sure. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Tyler.
All right.
Bye.